Hello and welcome. I have a haul for y'all from not one but two thrift stores, and that is because both of them I was just gonna like pop in real quick, and then I ended up actually picking up a bunch of stuff in both of those quick shopping trips, but I didn't think I got enough to just justify doing single videos for each one. So the first one I'm going to share with you first is when I hopped into the Goodwill in Hampton attached to the bins. I went to the bins first, and that'll be a later haul. But on the retail side, I picked up a couple of items that I want to share with you. The first one is this super cute set of TIC little salt and pepper shaker. They are little frogs, and they still have their original cork, and they actually go inside of this thing. And this is for Los Angeles, California. So this is from the 60s. It's got the little flower power on the back. I just thought that these were absolutely precious. They were $4. I'm okay with paying that for them because I just thought that they were too cute not to get. When I went there, it looked like someone had just donated their entire salt and pepper shaker collection. So there was a bunch, and I only picked up these two. So the one I just showed you, and then these cute little dachshunds, salt and pepper, little long boys here. And I again just thought that these were too cute to leave behind. I did have to replace one of the corks, so this one is a brand new cork and this one is the original cork. There wasn't a cork at all here. I actually have several different sizes of cork specifically to do these for salt and pepper shakers, and I think I just seasoned myself again. But I thought these were super cute, and of course you can see the picture better over here for the listing. I also picked up a bunch of books as well from there, but the ones that I'm reselling, I am actually going to put in a whatnot auction, and that is going to be on June 25th. So it's going to be a Sunday, and it's going to be at 4 p.m. So if you are interested to see what vintage sci-fi and fantasy books I picked up for resale, and maybe want to buy some from yourself, that whatnot will be linked down below. So hopefully you'll join me. It's a good time. Then the last item I picked up from the Goodwill is this sweater. And this is Northern Angel, which was an Anthropologie brand. It is no longer an Anthropologie brand. But this is just a nice long duster cardigan. It is a size medium. If I can get my big butt shoulders in here. It's an open front cardigan with a rainbow Southwestern pattern, very boho, very long. Like, I am a tall lady, and this thing is almost to my knee, so very cozy. I just thought that this was super cute, and I saw it as I was leaving, and I was like, you know what? That's a really cool sweater. And then I did the Google image search, and it came up with the sweater, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. So I paid, I think, $5 for this at the Goodwill. So that's everything I picked up at Goodwill that I'm going to show you here. Then I also went with my mommy to the Restore here in Newport News because I was trying to pick some stuff up to help fix my house. And I ended up buying a bunch of stuff for resale instead. So I've shown you all these plates before. They are vintage glass, black glass plates. I actually picked up a whole set of them for Thriftmas at Pocosin, and they have slowly been selling. The plates mostly have been selling, and so all I have to do is add 3 more plates to that listing, and I was like, I'm definitely picking these up for $1 a piece, so $3, and I'm selling them for $12 online, so happy about that. And then I also picked up a bunch of books at the Restore as well, because they do sell books, and they had some wonky pricing at that Restore, let me tell you. Like, there were some vintage fantasy and sci-fi books that they were marking at like $3 a piece, and then some that were 50 cents. It did not make any sense. So again, some of those books, like the vintage sci-fi and fantasy books, are going up on that whatnot auction, but I have some that are valuable enough that I'm actually just listing them on eBay. And then of course I have some regular books here as well. So this is Mark Twain, The Prince and the Pauper. This is a Reader's Digest edition. It still has a little insert here, and the blank page was ripped off the front. I did disclose that, but it's just a nice hardcover copy, even with that little bit missing. It looks nice on the shelf there. So I picked this up. This was, 50 cents. And then A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. These 50 editions, I've sold a different story by Ernest Hemingway, but I found it at the bins, like 2 separate occasions. I paid 50 cents for it each time then, and they all sold for like $10 to $12. I picked this one up also for 50 cents at the restore and expect roughly around the same price. This is a Hardy's Boys. This is from 1967. This is the mark on the door. I have bought and sold many Hardy Boys hardcover. I do only pick up the hardcovers, and they sell individually quite well. And again, I make sure I get the blue top one or the really old ones, the older ones, I think from like the 20s and 30s. A couple more books. This is The Hound of Baskerville by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This is a Sherlock Holmes mystery. This is a vintage copy. I think this is from the 60s, if I am correct. Yep, 1968. These vintage without a barcode books I pick up all the time. I also picked up this. I actually offered this on Whatnot already when I was doing my last auction, and nobody bought this. I was offering it up for $2, and then I went to go list it on eBay and realized that this book sells for, you know, $15 to $20 on eBay. So I'm glad that nobody bought it on Whatnot. So this is now listed as well, and this is from 1983. So that was really cool. I actually found a antique book. This is Flower Fables by Louisa May Alcott, the same woman who wrote Little Women. And this is from Hearst & Company in New York, and they offered this particular style of, this is like an Edwardian book. So it does have condition issues because it is over 100 years old, but I just thought that it was super cool. Like, it's still readable if you're delicate with it, but I thought it was really neat to find an antique book there. And of course I saved it from getting thrown away. So these are not going in the Whatnot auction. I actually listed these on eBay, even though they are a fantasy series, and that is because I got the full trilogy. This is the Falconfar trilogy by Ed Greenwood. And so I listed these together, and again, it's 50 cents a piece for the books. These two, I was like, I cannot believe that they're marking some of the books up for $3, and then these two were 50 cents each. So this is Haunted People. If you did not know, vintage horror sells really well and can be very valuable. And by vintage horror, I mean like before 1973 or whatever, whenever Stephen King wrote The Stand. Although if you get an original Stephen King first edition, The Stand, that's like $1,000 book, if not more. But vintage horror and mystic books can be very valuable. So I saw this, it says on here on the side, it says Signet Mystic. It's a Signet Mystic book. So if you see anything that says Mystic on it, I recommend picking it up. But these are selling consistently between $15 and $20 as well. So for 50 cents, I absolutely picked this up. It also has the teal text block. So you have the cover, all right, and then you have the edge. So the edge here is the text block because it's where the text is. So this is called text block, and this is a teal text block. More information probably than you need to know, but I was really excited about that. And then I saw this and I just thought it was neat. It looked kind of like a graphic novel, so I thought originally it was a graphic novel, and then I pulled it out. This is Planet Stories. This is Black God's Kiss by C.L. Moore, and this is in like new condition. Like this, the spine's not creased. It looks flawless, and it originally cost $12.99 in 2012 when this was published. However, because this is a reprint of a vintage short story series that was in magazines. So this is about Gerald of Jory, which is considered the first female fantasy protagonist ever. And that is why this particular book is valuable, is because this is, I think, the first time that all of those have been put together into one book and reprinted in a modern reprinting. So pretty much all of the ones I saw listed were listed between $60 and $100, and then the most recent sold was on an offer for $45. So I paid 50 cents for this, and I am hoping that I'm going to be able to read this very carefully before it sells. because after I read the back of this, I was like, I need to read this book. Because again, there's not really any copies of it other than this one. And then if you're also someone who likes buying and reselling books, pretty much it seems as though all of the Planet Stories books, which is easy to tell because it has it on the spine here, have decent sell-through. Like they've retained their value. So if you see anything that says Planet Stories on it, I recommend picking them up because they are still worth between $12 and $60. So I thought this was amazing. So that's all the books. And as I was talking before, like not just the books were crazily priced, like I put it on my Instagram, but they had like the 4 canister Mary Mushroom set from Sears. They had that listed to sell in the store for $300. And I was like, I hope you get that for your mission. But you're going off of listed prices on eBay, not sold prices on eBay, because sold prices on eBay were between $150 and $200. So we'll see. But then they had this stuff listed at $1 a piece or $3 a piece. So this is Hull, and I saw this down at the bottom. And this snack plate set, the soup snack plate, so this is like for a mug of soup, and then you can have like your crackers or bread or whatever. This, they had marked at $3, so $1.50 for each item. And these are selling as a set for like $24 a piece. And I actually picked up 4 of them, but when I went to go list them, I realized one of the mugs had a crack going through it. So I listed 3 of them. So I'm out $3. Oh well. I could just sell the plate without the mug, but I will wait until these sell before I do that. So these are listed, and I was like, how do you mark up Mary Mushroom and then not know Hull? I just thought that that was crazy. And then I have already sold 2 of these mugs, which has paid for everything that I picked up at the Restore. These are also Hull. These are the Bierstein Tankard mug from Hull Pottery. First of all, the brown drip glaze is super iconic. So again, super surprised that nobody realized that they needed to, I guess, mark these up. And then it also has oven proof down at the bottom, which is another good characteristic to know that this is Hull. These, I sold 2 of them already. I picked up all 5 of them. They were $1 a piece. So paid $5 for all the mugs. I already sold 2 mugs, already paid for my Restore haul. And then I have all this stuff in addition to whatever I'm going to sell and whatnot. And then I have all this other stuff from Goodwill. So that is everything that I picked up in these 2 little mini hauls. And I do hope you will join me on the 25th. If not, I hopefully will see you in the next video. Until then, bye. Bye.
Hero, I wanna be a hero.